Have you ever noticed a highly counterintuitive phenomenon? Perhaps even a harsh truth. The people around you who live with absolute clarity and freedom, the ones we recognize as possessing deep wisdom, often appear unusually cold when dealing with family relationships. Even if their parents complain, which would keep an ordinary person awake all night, they listen as if they heard nothing. Even if their child experiences a major failure, which would cause ordinary parents to break down in anxiety, they remain as calm as an outsider. Even if their siblings misunderstand them or speak harshly, they do not feel heartbroken. At first glance, you might think these people are cold-blooded animals who do not care about anything. But strangely enough, these seemingly cold people often have the most stable, enduring, and harmonious family relationships in the end. What is going on here are all the lessons we learned since childhood about caring, being considerate, and showing empathy completely wrong. This is Zen Seeker Wu. The truth is that the vast majority of people spend their entire lives trapped in a cycle of self-gratification. 80% of people suffer from mental exhaustion because they care too much. Yet they do not know that the real answer to breaking this cycle was written into the highest human philosophy thousands of years ago. Today I am going to explain this truth, which has been misunderstood for millennia, in the plainest language possible. This truth is hidden deep within ancient Eastern philosophy. If you understand it, your relationships and your mental freedom will experience a massive leap right now. The core idea I want to share comes from a very classic ancient saying. It translates to, "Let your mind flow freely without attachment to anything." Many people chant this like a scripture for their entire lives, wearing out their lips. But they never understand its practical value in real life. It is not telling you to become a stone devoid of emotion. It is not telling you to be ruthless. On the contrary, it wants you to understand that the love you believe in, the love that makes you feel pain, anxiety, and suffocation, is not real love at all. It is simply control and fear wearing the disguise of love. Before we dive deeper into this slightly disruptive idea, I want to establish an understanding with you. If you are new to my channel, or if you have heard my previous videos, you know I do not deal in empty concepts. I only care about two things. What is the truth? And can this truth help you live a freer and happier life? If you feel the topic today resonates with you even a little bit, please do not hesitate to hit the like button or subscribe to the channel. This is not just support for me, it is a ritual of commitment to yourself. It means you are ready to break your old mental models and embrace a higher level of life wisdom. I also really want to hear your voice in the comments. You can tell me if there was ever a moment in your family where you felt you gave all your heart, only to receive coldness or resistance in return. That feeling of powerlessness is very real. You can write it down because seeing it is the first step to changing it. Let us return to that shocking truth. Over 2,500 years ago, an Eastern wise man attained enlightenment under a tree and summarized the fundamental sufferings of human life. One of these sufferings sounds very poetic, but it is actually extremely cruel. It is called the suffering of attachment and separation, translated into plain modern language. Its deeper meaning is this: the more obsessively you love someone, the more pain you will feel. Please note that I use the word obsessively. This does not mean love itself is a problem. Love is the most beautiful human emotion. The problem is that the vast majority of us turn love into an attachment. We turn care into control. We turn giving into a hidden transaction. I want you to think back for a moment. The last time you felt pain in a family relationship, what was the real reason? There is a very interesting scene recorded in ancient texts. It is practically the original blueprint for modern family drama. A layman, basically a regular working person like us today, went to see that wise man. His face was full of sorrow and his eyes were red. He had clearly been crying. The wise man asked him what was wrong. He said, "My teacher, my son is so disobedient. I worry about him every single day. I am afraid he will take the wrong path. I am afraid he will suffer. I have broken my heart over him, and my hair has turned white. But he does not appreciate it at all. He thinks I am annoying, and he does not even want to see me. I really do not know what to do anymore. Should I just stop caring about him altogether?" Does this scene not sound incredibly familiar? It is just like what happened in your living room last night. Take a guess at how the wise man replied. Normally, we might expect the wise man to give him some parenting tips or teach him some communication techniques, like how to use non-violent communication to persuade his son, or maybe give him a strict set of rules to discipline the boy. But the wise man did none of that. He did not teach him how to persuade his son, nor did he offer a discipline guide. He just calmly said one sentence. This sentence was like a scalpel cutting directly into the core of the problem. He said, "The reason you are in pain is not because your son is disobedient, but because you believe he should be obedient." Even after more than 2,000 years, this sentence is still deafening. It directly hits the core of all our suffering. All the grievances we suffer in family relationships, all the tears we shed, all the sleep we lose, almost all come from this one word: should. Parents, I gave you life and raised you, so you should understand my hardships, and you should follow the path I planned for your career and marriage. Children think, since you brought me into this world, you should unconditionally support my dreams, and you should understand my psychological trauma. Siblings think, blood is thicker than water, so you should help me without limits when I am in trouble. Partners think, since we are married, you should know what is on my mind, and even if I do not say it, you should know when I am unhappy. Should. This word is like an invisible shackle. It locks us up, and it locks the other person up. But now I want you to use first principles thinking. Where do all these shoulds actually come from? Are they laws of physics? Are they unbreakable like gravity? Who wrote these shoulds into our DNA? No one did. These shoulds are entirely the product of your own mind. They are a script that you wrote yourself. It is like you are a screenwriter. You have written a perfect family drama in your mind. In this script, you have decreed that your father must be kind and open-minded. Your mother must be gentle and considerate. Your child must be motivated and obedient. Your partner must be your soulmate. You have assigned roles and lines to everyone. Then, in real life, you hold this script and expect them to act it out. But what is reality? Reality is extremely cruel and authentic. Reality is that everyone has their own script. Everyone is the main character in the play of their own life. No one is a supporting actor meant to live for you. No one has an obligation to act according to your script. When the living, breathing person in reality clashes with your script, pain arises. When your son wants to pursue art, but your script says he must be a doctor. When your parents want to buy unproven health supplements, but your script says they must trust science. This misalignment between your script and reality is what generates suffering. In philosophy, there is a very core concept. Let us call it the law of cause and condition. It means that everything in the world, including the human relationships we value most, is the product of various combining conditions. It is dynamic. It is fluid. It is not a fixed, unchanging rock. Your parents will not always be the omnipotent superheroes in your memory. They will grow old. They will become stubborn. They might even become as unreasonable as children. Your child will not always be the little angel acting cute in your arms. He will grow wings. He will have his own secrets. He might even push you away harshly in order to become independent. Your siblings will not always stand on the same front line as you. This is not pessimism, my friends. This is fact. This is the underlying logic of the world. When you truly accept this fact, when you realize that all relationships are dynamically changing, you can finally free yourself from those meaningless attachments. You can finally understand that true love is never about holding on tightly. It is about knowing when to let go. It is not about gaining security by controlling the other person. It is about gaining freedom by blessing them. True love is not demanding that the other person become what you want them to be. It is allowing the other person to be themselves, even if that self is something you completely fail to understand. This is why people who live with clarity look so cold in family relationships, because they have seen through the so-called passion and excessive care. If it is built on attachment and control, it is not love at all. It is a disguised form of sweet harm. They choose to be cold, which is actually choosing a higher dimension of respect. Next, to help you deeply understand the compassion behind this coldness, I am going to tell 3 stories. Although these 3 stories have ancient backgrounds, you can absolutely view them as 3 classic case studies in human behavior. They point to the 3 root causes of our suffering: misjudging our own abilities, interfering with the destiny of others, and misunderstanding what true empathy means. The first story happened a very long time ago, but its core is highly modern. The main character is a senior disciple of that wise man. Let us call him the Venerable Mew. This Venerable Mew was incredible. If we placed him in the world today, he would be the definition of a highly successful person. He had extraordinary abilities, abundant resources, and you could even say he had access to the highest powers in the legends. He was known as the foremost in supernatural powers. This meant he could do things ordinary people absolutely could not. He could see things 1,000 miles away. He could instantly solve many physical problems. At that time, almost no one was more capable than him. Logically speaking, someone like him should not feel powerless about anything. Yet, there was one thing that broke the heart of this incredibly powerful man. His mother passed away during her life. His mother was very greedy, stingy, and completely dismissed the law of karma. In modern terms, her values were extremely twisted, and she had no bottom line in how she treated others. Because of the terrible karma she created while alive, she fell into a very painful state after death. In ancient descriptions, this is called the hungry ghost realm. What kind of environment is that? The beings there are forever hungry. They are never satisfied. They are filled with anxiety and a sense of lack. The Venerable Mew used his extraordinary abilities and saw his mother suffering. That was the mother who gave birth to him and raised him. Seeing his mother tortured by hunger and pain, he simply could not bear it. He thought to himself, I have so much power, I have such a high status in society. I have so many resources, can I really not even save my own mother? I must rescue her. So he used his powers to manifest the most exquisite food and brought it directly to his mother. This is a highly symbolic image. A son with infinite ability trying to use material means to fill the spiritual void of his mother. But do you know what happened? The moment the delicious food reached the mouth of his mother, it instantly turned into raging fire. It was impossible to swallow. Not only did his mother fail to eat anything, but she was badly burned and cried out, suffering even more. The Venerable Mew refused to give up. He tried again and again. He exhausted every method. He probably used his entire network and all his resources. Yet he could not change the situation of his mother even a tiny bit. No matter what he gave, once it reached his mother, it turned into fuel for her pain. Finally, this supremely powerful man fell into complete despair. He ran to his teacher, the great wise man. He knelt on the ground, crying bitterly like a helpless child. He asked his teacher, I am the foremost in power. I am so capable. Why can I not even save my own mother? Is it because I am not trying hard enough? Is my method wrong? Please tell me what I should do. The wise man looked at him and remained silent for a long time. This silence was actually meant to cool down his agitated mind. Then the wise man said one sentence. This sentence shook the Venerable Mew, and it should shake every modern person who tries to save their family. The wise man said, no matter how great your power is, it cannot replace the karma of your mother. Translated into our philosophical language today, this means no matter how capable you are, you cannot bear the consequences of the actions of another person for them. Every human destiny is constructed by their own awareness, actions, and choices. This chain of cause and effect can only be endured by them, and it can only be untied by them. The wise man continued, you cannot save her, not because you are not powerful enough, and not because you are not devoted enough. It is because this is simply not something you have the power to save. The Venerable Mew was stunned. He had spent his whole life pursuing excellence and greater ability. He always believed that as long as he was strong enough, he could protect everyone he loved. He thought he could shield his family from all storms and rewrite their destinies. But the wise man told him that in this world, certain things belong purely to individual sovereignty. They cannot be forcibly changed by any external force, not even divine power. This is the exact dilemma we modern people frequently face. I call it the shattering of the savior complex. Think about it. Have you ever had moments like this in your life? Your parents develop health problems because of bad lifestyle habits. You buy them the best medicine. You book the most expensive doctors. You even force them to exercise. And the result? They secretly throw the medicine away. They keep smoking and drinking, and they complain that you are too controlling. You feel exhausted. You feel angry. Your partner faces a career setback or falls into an emotional black hole. You try desperately to pull them up. You reason with them. You analyze the situation for them. You find resources for them, and the result, they feel you are lecturing them. They feel you look down on them. They actually pull further away from you. Your sibling takes out bad loans or falls into a toxic addiction. You use your own savings to bail them out, time and time again. You think this is love. And the result? They figure you will always be the safety net. They get worse. And eventually, they drag you down into the abyss with them. The story of the Venerable Mew tells us a harsh truth. True help is not you playing the hero alone. True wisdom is clearly identifying what you can do and what you cannot do. This is what the Stoics call the dichotomy of control. In the second half of this story, the wise man offered a solution. He said, although you cannot save her alone, you can rely on the collective power of the community to send positive energy back to her. This actually means that when individual power cannot intervene in cause and effect, we must rely on a larger field, a larger set of conditions. The Venerable Mew followed this advice. He let go of his obsession that he had to be the one to save her personally. Instead, he humbly relied on external, collective power, and a miracle happened. His mother was finally freed from her suffering because of this collective merit. But the point I want to make is not about the miracle itself. It is about the condition under which the miracle occurred. Did you notice? When the Venerable Mew was alone, he used all his powers. He used his sheer individual willpower, and he could not save anything. He even made it worse. But when he admitted his powerlessness, when he let go of the arrogance of needing to be the savior, and instead flowed with the conditions, things actually turned around. What does this mean? This means that true salvation often happens the moment you admit you are powerless. Recognizing your powerlessness is not weakness. It is not giving up. On the contrary, it is an extremely high form of wisdom. It is the beginning of liberation. Applying this principle to our family relationships is like a dose of strong medicine. You want to change your parents. You want to make them open-minded, hygienic, and aware of boundaries. You want to change your child. You want to make them disciplined, motivated, and willing to live according to your plan. You want to change your partner. You want to make them romantic, considerate, and ambitious. Please stop and take a deep breath. Ask yourself a question. If even the most powerful Venerable One could not change the karma of his mother, what makes you think you can change the soul of another adult? When you truly acknowledge this, when you truly accept the ironclad fact that I cannot change anyone except myself, you will feel a massive weight lift off your chest. That heavy burden that makes it hard to breathe will suddenly disappear. You no longer need to be responsible for the life of someone else. You only need to do what is within your power, like offering advice but not forcing them to take it, offering support but not robbing them of their chance to grow. Then, you hand the outcome over to time, to conditions, and to themselves. This is the core logic the first story wants to tell you. In family relationships, the greatest coldness is actually respecting the destiny of others. Do not try to play God, just be yourself. That is the greatest compassion. Now that we understand that admitting powerlessness is the beginning of wisdom, I want to tell you the second story. This story cuts even deeper, because it directly exposes how much of our so-called filial piety and love is essentially a selfish form of self-satisfaction. This story took place over 1,000 years ago. There was a very famous Zen master. He was a genius in his youth. By his teens, he had read all the classics. By his 20s, he was already considered a grand master. In the eyes of everyone around him, he was the incarnation of perfection. He was wise, knowledgeable, and deeply respected. However, this Zen master always had a huge knot in his heart. You could even call it his inner demon, and that was his father. What kind of person was his father? The exact opposite. He was an ordinary farmer who could barely read a few words. He spent his whole life facing the dirt with his back to the sky. He understood absolutely nothing about philosophy or grand theories. Moreover, his father had a very stubborn and harsh personality. When the Zen master was a child, his father was very strict with him. He scolded and beat him constantly. He never showed him a kind face, let alone any emotional support. After the Zen master left home and attained enlightenment, he felt he had grasped the ultimate truth of the universe. He felt obligated to save his ignorant father. He thought, "My poor father lives like an ant. He does not understand cause and effect. He does not understand wisdom. I must awaken him so he can also understand the true meaning of life." So every time he went home, even if it was just for half a day, he would seize every opportunity to lecture his father. He talked about the logic of cause and effect. He talked about the philosophy of life. He talked about how to elevate the spiritual state of a person. But what was the result? His father would either glare at him coldly and keep hoeing the field, or just turn around and walk away. The Zen master gave his father blessed prayer beads, and his father immediately tossed them into a corner to gather dust. The more the Zen master tried to awaken his father, the more his father resented him. This became the greatest pain in the heart of the Zen master. He could not figure it out, he thought. "I am doing this for your own good. Why do you not appreciate it later?" His father became gravely ill. It was clear he was not going to make it. Upon hearing the news, the Zen master rushed home through the night. Seeing his father lying on the bed, reduced to skin and bones, the anxiety in his heart exploded. He felt this was his last chance. If he could not make his father wake up now, the entire life of his father would have been lived in vain. So he knelt beside the bed of his father and made one final effort. With tears streaming down his face, he explained what end-of-life care meant. He explained spiritual transcendence. He explained the world after death. He talked until his mouth was dry. He talked until he moved himself to tears. But his father kept his eyes closed the entire time, not saying a single word. Just when the Zen master felt complete despair, feeling he had utterly failed, his father suddenly opened his eyes. The eyes of the old man were cloudy but exceptionally sharp. He looked at his son, who was now a highly revered monk, and spoke one sentence in a weak but clear voice. This sentence completely shattered the moral high ground the Zen master had built for himself. His father said, "My son, you have been smart since you were little, and now you are a great master admired by thousands. But there is one thing you still do not understand to this day." The Zen master asked what it was. His father said, "You have always wanted to awaken me. You have always wanted to change me, but have you ever, even once, asked me if I wanted to be awakened by you? You think you are helping me, but do you know what I was thinking every time you preached those grand theories to me? I was thinking, this son of mine has never truly respected me. He has never truly accepted me for who I am. He does not love me. He loves the enlightened father in his head. He loves the perfect father. He always wants to turn me into the version of me he thinks I should be." The Zen master was stunned, as if struck by lightning. He had never looked at the problem from this angle. His father continued, "Do you know when I was happiest in this life? It was not when you passed your exams. It was not when people started calling you a high monk. It was when you were a little boy and it was raining, and you ran into the field to help me harvest the rice. That day, you did not preach any grand theories. You just quietly worked in the mud beside me. That day, I felt you were truly my son. I felt we were connected." After saying this, his father closed his eyes. 3 days later, the old man passed away. The Zen master knelt before the shrine of his father for an entire night. That night, he finally understood a truth he had not grasped even after reading 10,000 volumes of scripture. He understood that true filial piety is not about forcing your parents to become a better version of themselves in your eyes. True love is never about trying to awaken, reform, or elevate someone. True compassion is completely accepting a person exactly as they are, even if that version of them seems mediocre, ignorant, or imperfect to you. He thought he was saving his father. In reality, he was satisfying his own vanity and desire for control. He thought he was giving love. In reality, he was expressing disgust. He could not face having a mediocre father, so he had to reform his father to prove that his own origins were not mediocre. The revelation this story holds for us modern people is incredibly profound. In our family relationships, the most terrifying thing is never coldness. It is the manic control disguised under the banner of doing it for your own good. Think about it. Do many of the family conflicts today not stem from exactly this? You despise the outdated lifestyle of your parents. You force them to learn this and that. You call it helping them keep up with the times, but really you just feel embarrassed to take them out. You despise your partner for not being ambitious enough. You force them to get certifications or start a business. You call it building our shared future, but really you are full of anxiety about the future, and you want someone to share that anxiety for you. You despise your child for not being excellent enough. You force them into endless tutoring classes. You call it not wanting them to lose at the starting line, but really you are projecting all the regrets and unfulfilled dreams of your own life onto your child. We are all playing a game of sculpting living human beings. We hold a carving knife, trying to sculpt the people closest to us into the shapes we desire. The moment they resist, we say, "How can you be so ungrateful? I am only doing this because I love you." Number, that is not love. That is you projecting your fear of the world, your anxiety over mediocrity, and your lack of security onto the other person. You are extracting a perfect partner or perfect parents to fill the void inside you. Only when you clearly see this can you learn what true love is. True love is not suffocating control. It is a profound state of allowing. It is allowing you to be exactly as you are. Even if I do not agree with it, I respect your existence. This is the lesson of the second story. Let go of the obsession. Do not treat the people around you as your renovation projects. This is why people with clarity look cold, because they no longer casually interfere with the life assignments of other people. Next is the third story. This story reaches an even higher level. It talks about how we should correctly express care when the other person is truly facing difficulties and truly suffering. This story comes from a very profound classic text. The main character is a legend named Vimalakirti. Although he was a lay practitioner, meaning he lived a secular life, his wisdom was so high that even the senior disciples of the Buddha were afraid of him. Because he saw through things so thoroughly, he would often leave people speechless with a single sentence. One day, Vimalakirti fell ill. The Buddha asked his disciples to go visit him, but none of them dared to go because they were all afraid of being lectured by him. Finally, only Manjushri, the bodhisattva of supreme wisdom, was willing to go. Manjushri took a large group of people to the sick room of Vimalakirti. Upon meeting, Manjushri asked a very philosophical question. "Layman, where does your illness come from?" The answer of Vimalakirti was fascinating. He said, "My illness comes from the illness of all living beings. Because living beings are sick, I am also sick. Whenever the illness of living beings is cured, my illness will also be cured." This sounds very noble. It sounds like he has immense empathy. But if you only hear this surface layer, you are underestimating him. The following conversation is the real climax. Manjushri asked again, "Then when we go to comfort a sick person, what should we do?" Vimalakirti gave an answer that shocked everyone. He said, "When comforting a sick person, you should not cause them to generate more attachment, nor should you cause them to generate more aversion." What does this mean? This is practically a slap in the face to us modern people. When we visit a sick person, or comfort a friend who just lost their job or went through a breakup, what do we usually say? We say, "Oh, you are so pitiful. Why are you so unlucky?" This causes them to generate aversion. It makes them feel like a victim. Or we say, "It is okay. Everything will definitely get better. You have to be strong. You must defeat this illness." This causes them to generate attachment. It makes them fixate desperately on the outcome of recovery. If they cannot recover, they will fall into even greater agony. Vimalakirti said, "Neither of these is true care. True care is not crying with them, nor is it feeding them fake toxic positivity. True care is helping them see the true nature of their suffering." Vimalakirti said, "You should tell the sick person that this body is impermanent. It is the product of combining conditions. You are not sick because you are unlucky. You are sick because this is the natural law of the physical body. Do not develop an excessive attachment to the body, thinking you must be healthy forever. That is a delusion that violates natural laws. But at the same time, do not give up on yourself just because the body is impermanent. You should observe this pain with an objective, neutral attitude and treat it as an opportunity for inner growth." Hearing this, you might think, is this not too cold-blooded? The person is severely ill, and you are giving them a philosophy lecture. But think about it carefully. When a person is trapped in immense suffering, if you only offer cheap comfort saying "do not worry, everything will be fine," does it actually help? Those words only act as an anesthetic. Once the drug wears off, the anxiety and fear will strike back twice as hard, because the root problem, their fear of death, their fear of losing control, has not been resolved. The approach of Vimalakirti is pulling the firewood from under the boiling pot. He is helping the other person fundamentally change how they view the problem. He does not care whether the person feels emotionally comfortable in this exact moment. He cares whether the person can awaken from this suffering. This is a form of highly rational compassion, just like a surgeon must be cold at the operating table. If the surgeon sees the patient bleeding, feels heartbroken, starts shaking, and starts crying with the patient, that is the greatest cruelty. The surgeon must be calm, objective, and precise with the scalpel to remove the disease. This looks cold, but it is actually a profound form of love. Have you noticed? These three stories are actually a progressive layering of the exact same logic. The first story, the Venerable Mu, recognize boundaries and admit I cannot save you. The second story, the Zen Master, let go of arrogance and admit I have no right to reform you. The third story, Vimalakirti, elevate your awareness and replace cheap emotional comfort with wisdom. When you string these three stories together, you understand why people who live with clarity look so cold in family relationships. It is not that they do not love, it is that their love has evolved. They are no longer attached to those sticky, entangled relationships. They no longer treat their family members as private property or emotional trash cans. They stand at a higher dimension, observing the joys and sorrows of their family. They offer support, but they do not join the drama. They offer blessings, but they do not force an outcome. Know that the theory is clear, you might ask. I understand the concept. My brain gets it, but my heart still struggles. In real life, especially when facing a mother who complains every day, or a rebellious teenager, what exactly should I do? Do not worry philosophy without practice is just empty talk. Next, I am going to give you a 4-level practice plan, going from shallow to deep. Even if you can only achieve the first level today, your suffering will be cut in half. Level 1, physical separation and task separation. Recognize the boundaries. This is the most fundamental step. You need to draw clear boundaries in your mind, just like drawing a national border. You must constantly ask yourself, is this my task or their task? For example, your parent feels unwell but refuses to go to the hospital. The body is theirs, the discomfort is theirs. The decision to go to the hospital is theirs. This is their task. Your task is to offer advice, offer financial support, and offer a ride. If they refuse to go and you get anxious and angry, then you have crossed the border. You are trying to carry the task of someone else. The practice method is this. When you feel pain, stop and ask yourself, can I directly control this? If not, then close your mouth and take a step back. If you can physically live apart, that is best. If you cannot live apart, you must build a psychological firewall. Level 2, language reconstruction. Let go of should. This level is slightly harder because you have to fight your subconscious momentum. As we said earlier, should is the source of suffering. You need to do a language replacement exercise. Every time the thought "he should" pops into your head, immediately force yourself to replace it with, if he can, that is great. If he cannot, that is okay too. For example, my husband should remember my birthday. If my husband can remember, that is great. That is a nice surprise. If he cannot, that is okay too. I will buy myself a gift to be happy, or I will just remind him directly. My child should be obedient. If my child can take advice, that is great. If he cannot, let him hit a brick wall. That is a necessary step in his growth. You will find that when you change should to it is okay too, the powder keg in your heart is dismantled. You are no longer acting from anger. You are acting from a place of calm. Level inward observation and projection. See yourself. This level requires some courage. You need to face the darker side of your own. When a certain behavior of your family member drives you crazy, do not stare at them. Look in the mirror and look at yourself. Ask yourself, What am I afraid of? Are you forcing your child to study because you truly care about knowledge, or because you are afraid of losing your social status? Are you forcing your parents to be healthy because you love them, or because you are afraid their illness will become a burden to you, or because you are afraid of facing separation? When you see your own fear, you will no longer feel self-righteous about controlling others. You will become humble. You will say to yourself, "Oh, it turns out I am the one who is scared. It has nothing to do with them." At this point, your desire for control will naturally dissipate. Level transform connection. Unconditional blessing. This is the highest level, and it is our ultimate goal. At this level, you no longer need to establish connection through control. You establish an entirely new way of connecting blessing. What is a blessing? A blessing means I completely accept the way you are right now, and I hope you live according to your own will, even if I do not like that way of living. My love for you does not require your payback. It does not even require your understanding. It is like the sun shining on a tree. The sun does not say, "Hey tree, you should grow into a perfect circle." The sun just shines. You need to practice saying this to the people closest to you, saying it in your heart. I love you, and I love the imperfect you. I allow you to make mistakes. I allow you to suffer, because that is the choice of your soul. I am right here. If you need me, I am always available. If you want to fly, I will never hold you back. When you can do this, you will find that a magical chemical reaction happens in your relationship with your family, because no one likes to be controlled. But everyone desperately wants to be seen and accepted. When you give them this freedom, they will actually want to get closer to you. They will actually want to listen to you. My friends, you must understand that the coldness we are talking about today is vastly different from genuine apathy is saying whether you live or die has nothing to do with me, just do not bother me. But the philosophical coldness we are talking about is saying, I deeply understand the source of your pain, so I will not cooperate with you in acting out these tragic dramas. I stand on the shore ready to pull you up at any time, but I will absolutely not jump into the water and drown with you. This is a very high state of being. It is also a very difficult path, but I promise you, it is a path that leads to true freedom. Finally, I want to ask you a question as a little interaction. Is there someone in your life whom you have always tried to change, but always failed? If starting today you try to completely let go of them, stop interfering in their business, stop holding any specific expectations for, and just simply focus on doing your own things, what do you think will happen? Do you dare to try it? Even if just for 1 week, take all the energy you used to stare at them, pull it back, and put it on yourself. Go read a book, go for a run, go make some money, go meditate. Then you will discover a shocking truth. When you yourself bloom, the butterflies will naturally come. When you yourself become better, the magnetic field around you changes. Your relationships will naturally smooth out. This is what the ancients meant. If the flower blooms, the butterfly will come. If you are wonderful, the universe will arrange the rest. You do not need to chase after others. You do not need to act like a bitter disciplinarian. You just need to live as a beam of light. Those who love you will naturally follow the light. The content today was a bit long and a bit deep. I hope it brought you some food for thought. If you feel this content was helpful to you, please hit the like button. This will help the algorithm of the platform recommend this video to more people who are struggling in their relationships. If you have your own stories or if you encounter any difficulties in practice, welcome to tell me in the comments. I will read every single message, because that is the bridge that connects us. If you have not subscribed yet, remember to hit that subscribe button so we will not miss each other. This is Zen Seeker Wu. May your heart forever be free and forever be at ease. I will see you in the next video.